Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are redoing an old map that I honestly never finished but need to make better anyway. And that is on this, well actually I should start off by saying, hey, welcome to Blockland. It's been a really long time, huh? Yeah, old dead game that we haven't played in a relatively dead game that we haven't played in a very long time. But we are finally back in Blockland, and today we are going to be finishing, well I say finishing, we're not going to do it in one day. Why? Because it would be borderline impossible to finish it in one day. But we are going to try and complete this. Let me zoom out. That is the layout for a track I had worked on a long time ago called Blonaco. And today, there we go, if I could zoom out. Today we're going to work a little bit on it. This is going to be a series because it's going to take a while. So we have a few sort of work in progress stuff here. So we have the street lamps, we have the road. I need to turn Spotify down on my phone. You're really, really loud. I wish you'd stop. Anyway, so we have the road, and then we have the entire island, which Blonaco, this thing over here, the entire island, which Blonaco is going to be put onto once we finish all of the, if you want to call it furniture, then you can call it that. But once we finish all of the map furniture, then we'll start adding it onto the map here. I kind of realized I might need another area off the side right over there. Is it F5? Yeah, F5. Might need another one so I can fit the pit area. But yeah, this is a really, really big island that will hopefully be able to fit most of, if not all, of the entire track. Sorry for that FPS drop. Anyway, though, so we have this here. So, unfortunately, due to the way that Blockland's collision physics work and the way bricks work, it can be really hard to get a car, not like this, but more like that Zonda over there. If I could zoom in, that'd be lovely. Zooms doesn't want to work. Okay. Anyway, but thanks to the way Blockland's physics work, man, I have to go to medium. Oh well. Thanks to the way that Blockland's physics work and the assortment of bricks from the standard game, you're not really allowed to. Oh, it's not zooming out. Okay. I will get the sentence out eventually. Driving up a ramp like this without having mod bricks, which is what these little ramps are, is really rather difficult because it's not bad in this F1 car, in this 1967 F1 car, but it can be bad in cars like this Zonda. So let's back up a little bit here. Oh, that's a little fast. So if I didn't have the ramps, the car would just completely bottom out, like it wouldn't go up. But thankfully, thanks to the smoothness of the bricks, we can actually go up this. Now going back down, if I were to swap the car around, let me just teleport this the other way. All right, there we go. Going the other way could be a problem, but thankfully it's not. But as you can see, the car, the collision, the body is very much bottoming out, but thankfully it isn't as bad as it could be thanks to the smoothness of the ramp. So we're going to be using bricks like that for Blonaco here because I have a corner right here before the start-finish line that's supposed to be a left-right downhill fast chicane. What would be sort of like the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, but way, way less steep. That's what this area is supposed to be like. But right now, we're not starting here. That was just to test it to make sure it worked. We are starting here at the start-finish line. And so, what we need to do here, let me swap this over to white. What we need to do, I really want to turn the, I'm sorry for all the distractions, but that mouse speed is just a little bit too quick for me. Can I change that here? It would appear not. Okay, I'm going to try not to get motion sick, because this game does make me motion sick occasionally, but, well, actually very frequently, with prolonged exposure. But I think what we'll try to do is start with the road here. And so this intersection here is supposed to be where the pit entrance is. And so this entire thing is a concept for how I want the road to look. So let's get in the Zonda here, and let me show you how it looks with a car on it. So I wanted it to be big enough to fit, at the very least where there's sidewalks, to fit a car in there comfortably. And if we take this, shout out to Tanekasi for this car, and shout out to Nighthawk on the Blockland forums for that Zonda. If we go here, and we go back to where you have that central division, you can clearly see it's very easy to fit two cars. But if we go past, and for intersections and stuff, the track will look like this, and in large part, there won't be many central dividers, so that you can have some too wide racing. if we go here and put the car right next to the Zonda, as you can see, there's a lot of space, more than enough space to drive 2, perhaps even 3 wide, but that's not advisable. But at the very least, you can drive 2 wide comfortably, and that's what I wanted. So that's the start there. Alright. Let's get the Zonda out of the way. So like I said, I'm not entirely sure what I want to start with. I think I had a OneNote file of things I needed to do, but I don't have that open at the moment because I completely forgot. So this over here, it was a test for how I wanted the buildings to look, because Blonaco is meant to be a street circuit. So there has to be some buildings, and one thing that you can do with the mod tier bricks is if you have the prints, you can put glass and stuff, but unfortunately I don't have that print downloaded, so I'll have to do that eventually. But yeah, so you could do that. We could totally get rid of this, have a print for windows, and then you could reduce the brick count by doing that. I wonder if we did this. No, that's not a print. Okay. So once again, we need to figure out... Oh, what I wanted to do was make the pit garages, actually. I wanted to work out how I wanted those to look. So I had an idea before I was recording, and actually before I recorded another video. I was recording a Rocket League video before this one. I had an idea. No, that's not the standard... I don't mind using mod bricks. As you can see, I have a lot. Most of these do not come with the base game. Let me say that right now. This one does, though. I want to use as many standard bricks as possible so that if you wanted to... Well, and this will be downloadable. But so you wouldn't need to download too many mod items in order to get the track to look and work properly. So the mod tier ones, though, that's just unavoidable. Those are pretty much necessary. Now, I think the mod tier bricks I'm looking for are at the bottom here. These are around the bottom. So I want the 4X, and I think I'm going to take the 6X if I can find them. There might not be a 6X, there might only be 8. 8 would be a bit bigger than I would want, but that's fine. And in fact, I think what I should do is figure out what I want the mod tier buildings, what I want the size of those blocks to be. So we have an 8 cube, I don't want a cube steep. Okay, so here is what the 4 looks like, pretty small, and then here is what the 8 looks like, which is, as you can see, very obviously bigger. Now, if we go... The question that I have right now is if we do this, and then we... Nope, hold on. There we go. Get the super shift going. Let's get a more proportionate car. The Zonda's good, but I want to get a different one. What would be a good... Where's the Corvette, actually? There is a Corvette in this game. It's a C3. I can't remember what it's called at this very moment, though. Let's see. This is a Miata, actually. And that came along recently. We're not going to use that, though. Where is the... There's a C3 Corvette that the guy who made that 67 F1 car, Tanekasi, also made, and I can't remember what it's called right now. I thought it was in the C's. I guess I'll know it when I see it, because he has different variants. He has the normal, tuned, and then a few others, so I just gotta look for tuned. Because I personally think that car, that's not it, not the Marussia. I personally think that Corvette is one of the best proportioned cars in the game. It's not too big like this Miata is. The Shark, that's what it's called, so mild-mannered. See how much smaller it looks? So to me, it's as far as size and proportion to everything else is about accurate. Alright, so I wanted to get the car out because I wanted to see how big the mod tier 8X bricks are compared to the car. So I think these are too small because the buildings are going to look small in relation to the car. So we're not going to go with 8X, we need 16X. So the good news is that we don't have to bother with the 6X because that is definitely too small. So we can get rid of these. Actually, I should have kept at least one for size comparison. One over, there we go, and then here we go. That's better. That is... Oh. Let me take the super shift off. Alright. See, that is better. Now, if we had glass prints or window prints or anything like that, just building prints, that would be, I would say, accurate. So the building is perhaps a little big in relation to the car, but that's fine. I'd rather it be just a little bit too big than a little bit too small. So let's get the Zonda over here and see if that's even proportionate. Yep. It's more so the height rather than the length, because we'll add a bunch of these to make a city block, so that's not really the issue here. So, now what I want to do is this. Here. No, that's not it. There we go. I'm going to take the super shift off. And then this, and then hopefully, is that too tall? Yeah, is it the 4x that we need? I feel like that's too small, though. It's not really tall enough. Let's see. If we went with an 8x 3/4 or 3/4, maybe that'd be enough. Yep, there we go. That's at the right height. Okay. So the idea here that I'm going for is that is that just a bit too small? It's just too small. That's so lame. I suppose we could fix that by doing, let's see, I'm gonna go by, no. This should be enough for most wide vehicles in this game. So, like I was saying, the idea is that the pit garages are built into the building. So some of the buildings have been repurposed. Yep, that fixed it. Okay. Some of the buildings have been repurposed into pit garages. I guess in a way, sort of like Spa. That's the inspiration here. No, that's just wrong. There we go. Get rid of this. There we go, and then we have another. It's a little wide, so we'll have to extend the width of that plate brick, but that's fine. But yeah, so that's the idea. And then we go here. And that's not the right one. I think it's the 16x. No, because the problem with the 16x is that it's significantly taller. So it would be the 8x, and then I guess the... See, but the quarter, or the 3/4 is not enough. Would it be 2 of these? I'm trying to keep the brick count down as much as possible because I don't want the build to be inefficient. But let's see here, there. Did that even work? How did that completely glitch into that? That's very weird. Okay, let's go back to the base plates and look for. Because I thought they had a half. You have the full, this, and then they have a yeah. Okay, so yes, that's the 3/4. This is the half. So if we go like this, nope, other way. And then, nope, that does not work. So if we did that in the 3/4, would it work? Yeah, so a half and a 3/4 works. But then the question to me is then why doesn't the normal... So it's just a little bit too small. So what would probably make more sense, assuming this will work, is that, and then the half... Nope, too much. So it has to be, in either way, we could start with the half, this on the top, or this on the bottom, and then the half, but... 3/4, and then this. If we do that, nope, too much, and then that's also too much. So do this. Right. There we go. So this would be the pit area, and then we have, I need to get my vehicle spawn. Where's my normal vehicle spawn? Let's see, there we go. Okay, and then let's center that. I think that's centered enough. And then let's get a car in for testing. Something that's not, like, for example, not this. Even though it fits, it's cool. But it's too big. Alright. So, the Bolt. I know what that is. That's another Nighthawk vehicle. Let's not go with that. Let's go for something different. Let's see. Where is a good Felipe vehicle? I mean, most of them are pretty darn good. What's one I want to use? Or, that works. That works for me just fine. So, that would be the point here, is to have a structure like this. That would be the pit garage. We have, again, a different print. I do wish I had the right print, but yeah. We'll do this for now, because I kind of like that. It's cool looking. But yeah, so the idea would be to have a whole row. So, if we get the /dupe tool, this is a duplicator. That's what dupe stands for this thing. And then we go with the light. And then we select that. I mean, I don't want to select the vehicle spawn, but that's fine. Is it going to spawn more of the... Yeah, it's going to spawn more of the evil. Ah! I did it bad. I did a stupid. Can we get in the right... Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just take this out. Alright. So that would be the plan, would be to have... I mean, they wouldn't be spread so far apart, but the point would be to have buildings in between and then repurpose the buildings as pit garages. And the pit garages would be a bit bigger. I'd make them wider, but let's go over here. But that's the general idea. So let's... There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish off how I want this to look, because that is not wide enough. So we got the main bricks. So I think we used a 1 by 12 flat for this. So I want to go a 1 by 16. I want there to be enough space for you to walk in the garage with. There you go. And then if we go like this. Okay. Bit big, but that's fine. Now, I think a 124 is within the standard of the game, but that's fine. What we could also do is make it like a double garage, and that might be a tempting idea. So what you do is you get rid of this, you use a smaller one like this. I think that's not... Okay, good. Now we're going to have to go with a 1 by 12. Need the extra space. We're going to go back to the brick. We're going to select this. I'm sure some of you are despairing of where I'm putting these things, but deal with it. Alright, and then is that too far out? Yeah, it is. Alright, and there's that. I hope that's correct. Yep. And then here, put that in, back. There you go. And then what you do, we'll put another mod tier here, then a half. There you go. And then we have the, where's the 3/4 at? There we go. And then we stretch this across the entire top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. So we could also do that, where we make it a dual pit garage. So it's 2 cars. And I'm actually getting heavy Race 07, I hate to say this word, but vibes at the moment. And then I want to use a normal 8x cube, but unfortunately that doesn't work quite as well. So if we do this, it's going to be... Oh wait, no, it does work! Jazz Pandas. Okay. And then if we go here... Well, we could add the 16 cube over here. It's a bit too thick, but that's fine. So that's the plan, though. This is the rough draft of how I want that to look. So what we're gonna do now, I think, is furnish the interior in a no, this, good. Nope. Alright. Here. Sure. Here we go. Then, no, that wasn't it. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to move it back. Further. That should be good. I don't think I'll actually do this. It's not going to be like a quad. It's not going to be a quad pit garage. I just want to see how this will look with a wall behind it. Well, I suppose I could have just used the mod tier, so that's me being an idiot. But let's go up like that. Maybe this could be the entrance for the pit here, so you put a door back here. So let's go and use the... Let's go put this here. Nope. Dang it. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I have door bricks. They're in special... There's some normal ones, but I like using the JVS ones. So if we go... They have a garage one. Let's see. That's not the right thing. Where'd the garage door go? Is that at the bottom? Okay, you have a large garage door. We can get rid of that for now. I keep pressing the wrong button. Does that actually fit? I'm not pressing it. Oh my, that actually fits. See? And it's interactive, so it does that. So we wouldn't do that for that end. I think we'd do it for this end. So let's get in the Evo here and shift that back just a brick. Alright. And then we can actually do this. Give the wall some texture here. So you do that, you open it, and then bam. Do this, bam. Now the only downside that I can see of what I've currently done at the moment is Blockland does not like you. So let's do this. That's the only way to get it right. Blockland does not like floating bricks. See? So there are ways around it, and there are techniques that I know of that would fix it. It's just that that would be open, and that's a little unfortunate. But, yeah. So if we did this, let's get rid of the Evo brick there. Respawn. Let's do this and a Subaru actually. Evo. What was it called again? It was the Evolution. Sometimes they change the names in Blockland to something kind of completely different. Or at the very least, very different. So sometimes it's hard to remember what the new name for certain cars are. Here and then Voltec? No, Vortage. That's the one. Alright. Now, it's going to close by the time. Yep. Alright, so there we go. That's 2, though. So the reason why I just put 2 cars in there is I want to see if you can walk in between. Yeah, you can do that pretty easily. Alright. So now, we could do this. I don't think I'm going to do it, but it'd be interesting. Oh. Well, definitely not. That's not how I plan for it to go. We have this. How small is it? That is tiny. It's cool, but it's not worth it. The bookcase. It's a horse in a bookcase. It's a horse in a bookcase. It's a horse. So that's not it. You have a hangar door, which would make all the sense in the world if... Oh my. It would make all the sense in the world if what we had here was a hangar, but it is not. So, you have a smaller one here. You have this sliding door, which we won't go with, but it is interesting. It doesn't even juice and fit. Let's see. So we're not going to go with that. I want to go with this. And I think we'll go with it to the side. Because I want this to be a relatively modern looking facility. Alright, let's see.